shaking things up a little bit with a testimonial by an Austrian Proptech company. And I welcome Ibrahim Imam, who is the co-CEO and co-founder of company PlanRadar. You're a Proptech company that has successfully entered the Nordic market. If I'm not mistaken, you also have a subsidiary in Stockholm, from where you are active in the Nordics. We very much look forward to your view of the Proptech market in the Nordics, and also, of course, of the doing business in the Nordics from your experience. Thank you very much, Ibrahim.
Great. Thank you so much, and warm welcome to all the participants. Thank you to the organizers for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here. And I would say it's not yet a success story per se, but I would say we have early signs of success in the Nordics, because I think it's too early to call it like really, you know, the final success story. But we have great learnings that I wanted to share. So I will cover 2 points in my small pitch or presentation. First, I want to give you a small intro about what PlanRadar does. And second, I would like to elaborate some stereotypes, how we in our little Austria think about maybe the Nordics in the first place and how they turned out to be true, or what our learnings are. So what PlanRadar does is basically what we see all over Europe, and it's not only I think in the examples as you can see here, the Berlin-Brandenburg airport or the Tottenham Stadium in the UK, but also we see that the failed projects or cost exploded projects in all of the countries all over Europe. And when we analyze them, most of them have common problems. So there is insufficient and incomplete communication, a lot of phone calls, emails, etc. There's also inconsistent versioning and information opacity, as well as there are needs in such big projects, as well as in small projects, and regulations require documentation, which turn out to be quite complex in the larger the project is. And we have focused on that kind of projects or problems, and try to solve this with PlanRadar. So what PlanRadar does, it's a SaaS solution, software as a service solution, a platform that is cloud-based, that enables and eases collaboration on-site especially. It's BIM ready. It allows you to upload your BIM models, your blueprints onto the web platform. It syncs automatically to all the mobile devices. So when the construction site manager, for example, is on site, or the facility manager within the facility that he or she manages, they can easily access all the information. And yeah, we see that our users report 7-hour time savings per week. And also, I think our focus is really on being a very easy and easy to adapt solution. So we see onboarding. We have measured onboardings of new users in less than 10 minutes. And what makes us unique, I think, in the market or in Europe especially, is that our software becomes so flexible that it can be used not only in the construction phase, but also in the planning and also in the operations phase. So it allows everybody who uses PlanRadar to custom PlanRadar and the software in a self-service mode to perfectly match their own processes. Just some screenshots here. So yeah, in the planning phase, for example, you can, for example, collaborate on a blueprint and with your coworkers. In the construction phase, where communication often is key, we have kind of built in WhatsApp, but with the difference that it's documented and for all the and trackable for all the parties involved in such a project. And also in the operation phase, when it's sometimes you have needs, for example, for special reportings or solving defects that you found on site or in the building, then you can also do that on a push of a button. So far our traction is we have won more than 11,000 clients from over, in the meantime, 50 countries. So Albania recently become the 50th country to work with PlanRadar, and we have around 12,000 new companies signing up every month for PlanRadar and trying it out. So we have a free trial model, so you can try it out for 30 days for free, and then you can decide if you want to go on with a paid version or not. Some of the projects that were done with PlanRadar all over Europe. So this is, for example, is an office building in Germany, or this one, for example, is the underground construction in Vienna. Or this one, for example, also in tourism is built and maintained this hotel in Poreču in Croatia with PlanRadar. Yeah, so we have gone quite fast in our expansion strategy, and we have opened 11 sites all over Europe. Recently in Sweden as well, in Stockholm. And yeah, this leads us, since we are somehow also limited in time, I would like to share, of course, a lot of more information maybe after the presentation also with you, but maybe just some, I tried to make the following slides a little bit funny as well and combine that with some serious learnings that we gathered over the first year being in Sweden. So why the Nordics? Yeah, stereotype number one, and I picked the 7 top stereotypes I found on the internet, as well as I talked to my team, like what were the stereotypes when we started thinking about the Nordics. So yeah, blonde hair, blue eyes. So we were proven to be wrong. Our first team was 50% brown hair and brown eyes, 25% blonde hair and brown eyes, and 25% bald head and blue eyes. So yeah, our first stereotype was proved to be wrong. Second, yeah, everyone's house looks like an IKEA showroom. Yes, for sure, IKEA is, I think, one of the strongest brands in the Nordics, or maybe the strongest. But we found out that especially for Proptech companies, all those great brands that are global leaders in their segment usually run their own in-house construction real estate and also FM or facility management departments. And for companies like us, I mean, at the moment, we can say that we are proud to have won IKEA and H&M, so the top 2 brands according to that list in Sweden, and we're working with them, and we're looking forward to the others as well. So I think great logos, great companies all over the Nordics. Third stereotype. So when we started, actually, we thought, okay, Nordics is more or less like DACH. It's Germany, Austria, Switzerland, more or less same language, maybe some nuances, but also there we were proven to be wrong. So we started out of Sweden to push out to all the 4 of the 5 Nordic countries, according to that definition. So we tried to penetrate then Norway as well as Sweden and Denmark and Finland with the same pace. But we found out starting or very early actually that refocusing on one of the countries, and since we have selected Sweden and Stockholm as our first country to start with, makes more sense. And we, based on this recalibration of the strategy, we found also that it was more successful up so far. Yeah, another stereotype number 4, or Nordics are wealthy. Yeah, I can confirm that nobody has a problem with our pricing. So this is the happy side of the story. But also we see that people who have a lot of money or have or companies that have a lot of money, they spend their money wisely, which is good because we are a kind of productivity tool for companies. So, but when it comes to a sales cycle, we see that compared to other regions that we have expanded, it takes a little longer. And so building a strong pipeline, I would say, is key in the Nordics. Stereotype number 5, and this is really not in any means of a political discussion now, but you know, some stereotypes that you find in the internet also, that yeah, Nordic countries tend to be very socialist. Yeah, I think for us as a tech company, we see that yeah, maybe taxation is quite high, but also employees get great benefits in reward. And we see as a tech company that attracting talent in our space anyway is a war for talent always. And some of the core values, you know, that we initially have learned from our team over there, like equality, openness, mutual respect, trust and transparency, very much aligns with our company tech value or our values as a tech company. And so for that, I see great benefits actually for us. Stereotype number 6, and I hope to be fast to not to keep the time line as well, is a high level of education. We were really surprised by, I mean, almost native language level in English, not that broken German, Austrian as me, as I have. And also we see that BIM, which is, I think, a key technology or key standard in our industry, is quite advanced in the Nordics. And I think the chart on the right speaks for itself. So yeah, in the top 10, 3 of the Nordic countries are there with a high education index. And what we also have seen is that our hiring somehow had to recalibrate it, because we have seen that great talent and especially in the Nordics, turned out to be really passionate about what they do. And but you also need to, when attracting that talent, you need to recalibrate your job ads, you know, in all ways, I would say, to really have a good on eye level how to attract that talent. Yeah, and stereotype number 7, as you can see, Vicky the Viking and Abba there. At the moment, I have no more learnings to share, but I'm happy to continue the journey. And yeah, I think always having as a local team member, I would say the VKO or the ABO on the ground is always of great help. And yeah, we see this actually in all the countries as well. And I also want to thank Cosimo and her team especially for being there for us as an Austrian company.
Thank you so much, Ibrahim. Also, thank you much for the roses you gave us there. There's one question: why did you choose Stockholm specifically and not Oslo, Helsinki, Copenhagen in my case?
Yeah, I think all great cities. Great question, by the way. We just took it from a very practical point of view, like how flights connections are maybe, you know, the best, like being centered in Sweden, as well as you know, according to numbers, Sweden turned out to be the most fitting country for our technology, and we already had clients in Sweden first. So all of that factors combined, I think, led to the decision to open the Stockholm office.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim. There's one more, but very technical question. We'll refer this question to you afterwards. I think that'll be easier to answer.
Great.